God damn it. How the fuck are we down 1,800 again? Thank you, James Lawson, for the subscription. We are down to 38,717 in the market. We're just getting fist fucked. Yeah, we're currently down another 1,800. We finished yesterday down almost 1,700, and we're currently down 1,800. At one point in time today, we were down 2,100. So 1,800 is actually a fucking rebound at this point in time. 1,880 currently. Whew. Yeah, we're going to be down over $3,000 in 48 hours. April, thank you very much for joining the support level. I appreciate that. Anybody that's got a 401k is seeing their shit drop right now. The whole fucking thing, market's cratering. I'll tell you what, you cashed out your 401k. I'll tell you what we did. I just bought 5 iPhones. I upgraded everybody except for my daughter who's in college because she has a relatively new phone. I upgraded my in-laws, myself, my wife, and my son because they're saying that by the middle of summer, iPhones could be $2,500. Fuck that noise. Called Verizon up today. I said, what kind of trade-in can you give me on our phones? I can give you $1,000 per phone on the trade-in. Line them up. We're doing it right now. Right? You can see that one coming, right? Hey, we can't pay the Social Security checks. We're broke. I'm telling you, if you think you're going to upgrade your iPhone this year, do it right the fuck now. Otherwise, you will be paying $2,500 for an iPhone later on. I need to have a public chief session. Same with anything that's coming into this country. Everything's getting ready to jump in price. And when I saw the projected look of the cost of iPhones at $2,500 fucking dollars, a fucking pass. Yeah, it'd probably be the same with Samsung. I don't give a fuck if you're a kid. If you're a kid, you're not supposed to be in here. Tariffs are awesome, aren't they? I used to think tariffs were good, and then I did a lot of reading and realized, wow, that was a really fucking stupid position. He cannot put tariffs on weed, man. We get to grow it right here. We get to smoke it right here. It cannot be outsourced. I mean, you can get it from other countries, but you just grow it right here. This is how you get ready in the morning, right? You gotta grab a little bit behind that ear, and you're good to go. I don't know what the prices of an iPhone are going to be in China. I have absolutely no fucking idea. Do not unlock your phone. All bets, huh? To the person that keeps yelling, stop. Stop what? Okay, you keep telling me you're a kid. I don't fucking care. So here, I'm going to put you in timeout like the child that you are, and now I don't have to see you anymore. Oh, no. I don't crack anything. YouTube is treating me very well. Thank you very much for asking. Am I a hunter or a fisherman? Neither. And I'm not opposed to them. It's just not my jam. Go get a job, Unc. I have a job. Okay, lonely. I'm sorry I gotta let you go. Because you just keep repeating the same shit over and over and over again. So that's it. Why did the Democrats celebrate Trans Day on Easter? Because Trans Day and Easter landed on the same day, I think. Did it bother you in some way, shape, or form? Does it bother you that trans people exist? Un momento, por favor. Un momento. What is this?
No problem.
This is all the mail?
Yeah.
Right on. How was school?
Good.
Aces. Get yourself some food in your belly. Hey, what's wrong? You feel okay?
Yeah.
You feeling up to bowling?
Yeah.
Okay. What's wrong?
Nothing.
Okay. Get yourself some food and put your feet up for a little while and chill before we go roll these games, okay? Hey, you want to shut that door for me? Peace be with you. Hey, Easter hasn't even come yet. I think it was we were talking about last year. I don't know what the hell they're bitching about. I'll be with you in one moment. So we carry 3 car notes. My wife has a 2019 Jeep Cherokee that will be up next spring. I have a 21 Jeep Cherokee, probably got a couple of years on it, and then we have my daughter's Jeep Renegade. $1,400 left on it. Oh, okay, hang on a second. I got to take some trash out. My apologies, guys. Yeah, sorry, I was opening my mail, but I got rid of that spammer. Give a person a timeout like a kindergarten student? No, yes. Yeah, if they're going to act like a fucking child, we're going to treat them like fucking children. It sucks for Casey. Can't stand Easter. Lots of bad memories from yet another holiday co-opted by Christianity. Fair enough. Do not block. Just time out them. The block makes them invisible. Should I be worried about myself? Today, a man knocked on my door and asked for a small donation toward the local swimming pool. I gave him a glass of water. That's funny. You're one of the few people that's been helping me keep my sanity during this shitty administration. Well, you better buckle up because we got 4 motherfucking years of this shit. You know what I mean? Basically, we haven't begun to get fucked yet. We're still in the foreplay stage, and the foreplay sucks. Can you imagine how bad the fucking's gonna be? Can you? I mean, it's gonna be fucking brutal. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be 4 years of no lube, raw dogging. What's the safe word? Albuquerque. Here's the problem. I don't think he gives a shit about safe words. I don't think he fucking cares. You know what I mean? I think the best case scenario you could possibly be looking for is that maybe he gives you one of these. Okay, maybe he gives you this before he comes in, but that's about it. Trump, booger. You didn't need that image. Well, now you got it anyway, whether you needed it or not. Oh, private sector added some jobs. Government's cutting jobs like crazy, but now watch next month's job report, right? Because what happened is we didn't get the tariffs until the beginning of April, right? So we started a few trade wars here and there. The private sector added a bunch of jobs. The federal government cut a shitload of jobs, and now the private sector's turning around and they're laying off all kinds of fucking people while the government is still cutting people. I don't want to know what you're planning on doing to Elon. If it's anything above and beyond not buying his shit, count me out. I live stream from time to time. First of all, I live stream every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central. So every Tuesday night I'm live. And then the rest of my lives are just, I don't know, whenever the mood strikes. I got a little bit of time before Friday night bowling. So, figured we'd go live. My wife is talking to her aunt. The boy is getting himself a little snack. He's going to put his feet up for about an hour or so. My rabbit Charlie says hello. Aloha, Chuck. Did your NASA buddy watch that video? Yeah, he thought it was fucking like this shit blows his mind, right? And blows his fucking. But when people think space and astronauts and all this stuff is not real. What's my bowling game like? It's non-existent. This is for my son's junior league. My son bowls in a Friday night youth league. Do you have OnlyFans? Negative, Ghost Rider. Ain't nobody want to pay to see this. Hell, ain't nobody want to see this for free. You know what I'm saying? I am an overweight, rapidly aging 53-year-old Gen X man. I'm lucky my wife touches me. Name a car for an edit. I could give a shit about cars. I'm not a car guy. Uh, you know. What am I smoking today? The same thing I smoke every day. Herb. Ganja. 420. The sticky icky. The illy. Broccoli wand. Jazz cabbage. The Lord's lettuce. The chronic. Grass. Marijuana. Oh, Elliot's been putting a time out too. We won't be seeing him again. The Lord's lettuce. Let us all gather unto he, and smoketh what is his. So saith the shepherd. Lucifer's arugula. Nice. Favorite strain. The next one. Is interracial dating okay? Of course it is. What the fuck? Taco night Sunday here. Right on. Somebody seems to like Gorilla Glue. Yeah, my favorite strain is whatever my guy has. Just try to remain calm, but bumped. Have a beer. I don't do beer. I don't like beer. I don't like alcohol really. It's not really my jam. I'm not brave. Uh, why don't you ever say hello to your foreign subscribers? I say hello to everybody. What the fuck? I'm, what's my favorite horseman of the apocalypse? Can't say that I've given it much thought, champ. Jesus, Mary, and fucking Joseph. Holy Jesus H on a goddamn popsicle stick. Christ. Can you tell me what the inventory number is for a bumper bracket for a 74 Volvo? It's like when you were a kid and somebody would ask you what your favorite dinosaur is. It's just like random shit. And it's cool, man. I'm down with it. It's just some of the questions are just off the wall. That's all. Well, thank you very much, Chris L. I appreciate the kind words. Thoughts on the color green? Fucking love green. Goes with everything, right? Goes with everything. Plus, it's the color of the Lord's lettuce. Can I get an amen? Amen. Um, yeah, I fucking dig on green. You're live. I have a question. Ask away. Yes, I do go live from time to time. Wow, this shit's going fast. I might miss your question. Circle back around if I do. Why is Congress doing nothing? Tradition, mostly. Um, too bad you can't teach your common sense to the Trump cult. You can't. They're a cult. That's why they're in a cult. You know what I mean? Congress is doing nothing because Congress doesn't have the power to do anything. We did not give Democrats legal power to do shit. How long ago did you have prejudices against others? You said that you were very different when you were younger. Yeah, things have like morphed over the years. You know, I was far more prejudiced when I was younger, when I was a teenager, late teens, early 20s, and then started to shed those prejudices in my mid to late 20s, and um, you know continued to say words that I know I didn't mean to say into my 30s and shit because I was shedding these prejudices, but it was a part of my vernacular. You know what I mean? It's, uh, Jesus is the only way to heaven. Good thing I'm not looking for a road to heaven. Kathy, thank you very much for the tip. I appreciate that. She says, I love your videos. Thank you. I appreciate that. There has to be some way to remove him without Congress. The only way, no, there isn't. Why why are politicians allowed to do insider trading? Because politicians are the ones that set the rules that govern themselves. And Nancy Pelosi has been the one leading the charge against kind of limiting or prohibiting any insider trading because she makes a fuck ton of money doing it. No, the U.S. should not have one party. The U.S. should have 6 or 7 viable options. What should happen, so everybody just chill out with your questions because I'm not going to be reading them for a moment while I describe this. What should happen and what I'm waiting to happen, Jennifer Davis, thank you very much for becoming a member. What should happen and what I would like to see happen is for one of the two parties to break in half. I thought it was going to happen with the Republican Party and Trumpism. So if the far right were to break off from the Republican Party and form the Patriot Party, and then you got the Republicans and you got the Patriot Party, and it's moderate right and far right. The Democrat would obviously win in a landslide, but what would happen is the far left of the Democratic side would say we cannot have an unchecked Democratic Party. So then you'd probably see the far left break off from the Democratic Party. So that would give you what? That would give you far right, moderate left, far left. You still got the Green Party, you still got the Libertarian Party. All of a sudden, you've got options. And then in time, what would probably happen is your moderate left and your moderate right would probably fuse together, and you end up with a far right, a moderate, a far left, a green, and a libertarian. And all of a sudden, now you've got more options. The fucking Penguins, yes. The fucking Penguins have been a problem for quite some time, and to be honest with you, I'm getting really fucking sick and tired of this shit. If there's one thing that I am going to back President Trump on, and very rarely will I refer to him as President Trump, if there's one thing I'm going to back President Trump on, it's making sure those motherfucking Penguins finally start paying their fair share. I'm sick and tired of carrying the entire fucking load within the penguin population. Everybody wants to joke about how he slapped terrorists on uninhabited islands. Uninhabited? I don't think so. The fucking penguins there, and they're fucking up to something. So yeah, fuck those bastards. I say that we surround the islands with our killer whales until they agree to start coughing up the fucking dough. Ante up. This isn't a free ride. Cash, grass, or ass, man. Nobody rides for free. Pony the fuck up. You guys got something to offer the fucking pill. I'm sick. I'm just. You can make fun of Trump all you want. I'm just saying. These fucking penguins have been getting a free ride forever. So. Stop cursing now. Fuck that. Woke zoos. Yeah, everything people don't understand is woke. It's just, goddamn, it's so fucking mind-numbingly stupid. There are kids in this chat, then they shouldn't fucking be here. It's that fucking simple. I don't fucking care. I don't fucking care, man. Jesus fucking Christ. How many times do I gotta fucking say it? Listen, to those of you who asked the question, no, it did not. Has it closed for the day? It's down 2,200. Jesus fucking Christ. Donald Trump just bent the fucking stock market over and just fucking mushroom dicked it to fucking death. Oh my God. Whew. We have lost 4,000 points in the last 48 hours. Yesterday we closed down almost 1,700. Today we're down 2,200. Yes, and he's attending a golf event at his club today, costing us millions more dollars. Celebrate good times. Come on. Jesus fucking Christ. And there are fucking people that will take to social media and figure out a way to defend this shit. There are people that will take to social media. Gas prices are going back up. When he got inaugurated, we were paying in like the high 280s, right? 288, 287. We're at 335, 340 now at the cheapest places. The cost of goods are going up. Like I've been talking about, they're saying that by the middle of summer, middle to end of summer, an iPhone's going to cost you somewhere in the neighborhood of $2,500. We have companies slapping hello to everybody. Yeah, I see the test. There's a lot of commentary. It's 335 people in here. My apologies. Jesus fucking Christ. We're seeing a cratering of the entire fucking economy. and somehow somebody's going to figure out a way to defend it. Thank you, Violet. I appreciate it. I am happily married. So if you had a chance, Biden, Bernie, or Kamala, who would it be better? Kamala. Yes, in Chicago, gas is $3.55. In the city proper, it's $3.55. It's about $3.35 out here. Love your channel. Thank you very much. Do you do sport cards? You mean like collector's cards, like baseball cards and football cards with a player on them and stats on the back and shit? If that's what you're asking, no. If this was happening under a Harris or a Biden administration, the right would be losing their fucking minds. You watch my shorts daily? Watch my 3-minute and longer videos. That's what's literally paying my bills right now. When you guys watch those longer videos, that's how we're surviving. You follow Lone Ranter? What car do you drive? I drive a 2021 Jeep Cherokee. Favorite vacation spot? Jamaica. Give us some wisdom, my uncle looming unk. Easy way? Yes. The pool on the roof in the earthquake was crazy, yes. Do you have a wife? Yes. I met my wife in May of 1997. We moved in together in May of 1998. Had our first kid got married in May of 1999. We've been together a minute. Do I play the guitar? No, I do not know how to play the guitar. This is art to me. Have I been on a cruise? I've been on 2 cruises, yes. Define, do I like Israel? Do I like what part of Israel? My favorite band, probably AC/DC. I look like your uncle. I like the people of Israel. I don't care for the government of Israel. Oh, I'm going to be on YouTube every day until YouTube goes under or they kick me off. Whether TikTok's around or not. Whether TikTok's around, whether Instagram's around, whether Facebook's around, all the other platforms that I'm on, whether they're here or they're not here. Thank you very much, Benji Ross, for the tip. Give me one moment. I'm going to be on YouTube every day. How long does MAGA expect the GOP takeover to last? Do they think the left is going to take this all sitting down? Yes, they do think that. And it's going to last as long as Trump is in office. And once Trump is ineligible to run, and he can't run anymore, and he's gone, nobody's going to be able to truly carry the mantle that he does because they're not going to be him. It's always going to be a cheap knockoff version of him. And when we get to the point where eventually he passes away, which is going to happen at some point in time, there's probably going to be a significant chunk of his hardcore base that's never going to believe that it actually happened and that it was faked and he's running the world from some underground bunker in Mar-a-Lago. Trump can't run again. The Constitution clearly forbids it. Without question. It's not even like it's kind of an issue or, there's some question about it. He can't run for president for a 3rd term, and he can't run as vice president to somebody else because it clearly states that that's a no-no. Love the Grateful Dead guitar. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Also got this serigraph up here at Jerry. Sativa or indica? Yes. Thank you, Philip. My wife and I watch you all day. We both love you. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate that. Thank you for the tip, brother. Do you think Florida did worse than what they expected in the special election? I don't do shout outs, man. I was hopeful Republicans were going to win, but I was expecting or hopeful Democrats were going to win, but expecting Republicans to win. So probably about as one would expect. I don't know a car for an edit. It doesn't matter to me. I'm not really a car guy. You think that's Medusa on my wall? That's Bob Marley. That's a wood carving of Bob Marley's face that I bought in Ocho Rios, Jamaica in 2019. It was Bob. You want to know my favorite dinosaur? I wouldn't even know where. I have no idea. You know what I mean? What is this? Hey, this is me just chatting with motherfuckers. You know what I mean? Spark it up. Find a buddy. Find a corner of the room. Light it up, and let's just whatever the fuck comes up in the comment section is what we. What's my favorite animal? Elephant. Where do you play something? I don't know how to play. That is art. I don't know how to play the guitar. I do social commentary. How am I? I'm Jim Dandy. You know what I'm saying? I'm Jim Goddamn Dandy. Is that the devil's lettuce? Yeah, yes it is. Yes it is. The Lord's lettuce. The giggle bush. The broccoli one. Jazz cabbage. From a Scottish stoner. Thank you very much for the tip. I appreciate that. Do you think his cult will follow Don Jr.? No, I don't. Some will, most won't. How long have I been doing social media? Well, I've been on Facebook for 15 years, 12 to 15 years. I've been doing TikTok since December of 2020. Crunchy or smooth peanut butter? Thank you very much for the tip. Smooth peanut butter. Crunchy peanut butter is only acceptable if we're in a full-blown zombie apocalypse, and even then we're going to have to think about it a little bit. Crunchy peanut butter is vile. Smooth. Preferably Jif. If not Jif, then we can go with like a Peter Pan. You know, I don't have a favorite song. Twinkies or Ho-Hos? Twinkies. How do you go wrong with a fucking Twinkie? I love your take on the world. My take on the world is somewhat fucking altered. It's twisted and usually seen through elevated eyes. So you might want to see somebody about that. Your judgment is off. What kind of jelly? Strawberry. Renee said you're wrong. I know Renee said I'm wrong. Renee thinks crunchy peanut butter is just fine. Crunchy peanut butter with grape jelly. I don't understand how we're capable of cohabitating together. No, just obviously joking about that. Do you think we will end up in a recession? I think we're heading that way rapidly. You're not mysterious. No, not really mysterious. Favorite superhero? Batman. I mean, Batman. Without question. He doesn't need an actual superpower. He's just brilliant and rich. So, and so like Batman is DC's version of Iron Man, a rich, brilliant dude who has the toys to become the superhero. What's what you birthday cake flavor favorite? What? Love your videos. Keep it up. I appreciate that. I intend to. Thanks for doing what you do. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Do you think the USA can regain its position as the free world leader after this presidency? It's going to take some work, but yeah, yeah. The world needs to understand that this truly is not what the country is. We have a system that allows the minority to get into power, and this is bad. Some damage is going to get done, but this is a hiccup in time. Old fashioned fluffernutter sandwich can change your mind about crunchy peanut butter. I don't do the fluffernutter stuff. I'm not a fan of like s'mores and shit like that. I mean, if he lives throughout his term, yes, I think he'll see out his term. I mean, I don't see a reason why he wouldn't at this point in time. Best advice for you to go what to go like live on YouTube? Just do it. Seriously. Sit down in a chair, title a live up, and press go live, and just do it. Thank you very much, Irving, for the tip. SK costs investing 105 billion because of tariffs. See, what do you think about SK costs investing 105 billion because of tariffs? I don't know anything about it. Send me something in a message format if you don't mind, or an email. Do you think AOC will run? Like for president in 28? Probably not. She might try to become a New York senator first, would be my guess. Favorite color is blue. Y'all motherfuckers are asking everything. So before anybody asks, yeah, I wiped front to back. What do you think about ICE detaining tourists without due process? I think that we are living in very dangerous times. Very dangerous times. I think we need to get through 26 before we start talking about 28. Does live count for the watch hours? I don't know how it works. If I'm being honest with you, I honestly don't know. Principal first channel? Okay. John Smith, I'd like to hear National Protest Day tomorrow. Who would you like to see as a Democratic nominee in 28? Like, it's too early. It's way too early. Do I like Bernie? I like a lot of what he stands for. Uh, is Renee smoking too? No. Illinois governor? Well, right now it's J.B. Pritzker, and it's probably going to be J.B. Pritzker for the foreseeable future until he decides to not run or maybe throw his hat in the ring for the president, which sounds like he's gearing up to try and do. The Dems do have a House leader. It's Hakeem Jeffries. Do my watches count lives? I don't know. I look like a nice person. I look like a salty old fuck that would tell you to get off of his lawn if your frisbee flew onto it. The kind of guy that says to somebody at a gas station 30 years his junior, in my day. Do I think Democrats will retake control of Congress in 2026? I certainly hope so. History tells us that they will. If that history holds true, then we could be in good shape. It maybe if people get the fuck up and go to the goddamn polls. You know what I mean? You got to fucking go to the polls. The bottom line is, if we get out and vote, we win. It's that fucking simple. We beat ourselves when people go, oh, I'm not going to vote for her. Oh, the emails. Her? I don't think so. And then, now we're in this box. Exactly. Do not let perfect be the enemy of good. I, anybody that abstained from voting because of Kamala Harris's position on the Middle East, anybody who abstained from voting on Kamala because of Kamala's position on the Middle East, which ultimately allowed for a second Trump presidency, has zero room to bitch about anything that happens in this presidency. How much money do you have? None of your fucking business. Thoughts on Harold Lopez running for Florida? I don't know who Harold Lopez is. Don't know who Harold Lopez is. 68-year-old jarhead follows you every day. Get off the. Thank you for your service, sir. Highly alarming. Seriously scares me. Yeah, everybody should be scared right now. Josh Shapiro, 28. Jesus fucking Christ, man. Come on. You trying to make me lose my fucking lunch? Oh, you have no idea how rude people can be. I mean, people get off the fucking chain with some of the shit that they say. I have 1.5 million followers on TikTok, and I get some of the most insane shit sent to me. That I've had literally people tell me that they've left bombs on my on my porch, asked me to have my daughter go get it, call her by name, post pictures, satellite pictures of my house with my address written on the screen, and that I have teenagers in cages in the basement. Tell me they were going to abort my family with their shotgun. Uh, they were going to cut me up and throw me in the river. That's about a mile from my house. What the hell is owner rank? Die Hard is not a Christmas movie. You are incorrect, otherwise known as wrong. So you can sit there in your wrongness, being wrong, wrongy wrongerton. It's not a fucking Christmas movie. It's not. It's fucking not. I don't want to hear another fucking word about it. It's not a fucking Christmas movie. I have looked sleepy and grouchy since like 94. Don't read into anything you see here. This is, I have lived outside a significant portion of my life. You got to think about it. I was born in 1972. So all the time that I spent playing as a kid in the 70s was where? Out fucking side, because that's where you played in the 70s. And then that went into the 80s where once again we were practically outside all the time. We were swimming in quarries, we were cruising the strip, we were this, we were that, whatever the fucking case may be. Enter my early 20s. Well, the first half of my early 20s I spent living in a tent and following the Grateful Dead. First working for a carnival for a year, and then following the Grateful Dead for a few years, hitchhiking back and forth across the country, literally living outside. From that I fell ass backwards into a job landscaping, and for the next 26 years, I worked outside. My daughters played softball outside. Life was spent outside for a vast majority, which is why you end up at the age of 53 with a face that looks like a fucking catcher's mitt. Um, I look like I was in Kramer's smoke-a-thon over in his apartment for 3.5 fucking days. It is what it is. But yeah, I've looked crabby and cranky and tired since, like I said, the early 90s. I was a carny in 1992. Yes. Big Macs are okay once in a blue moon, and I mean once in a blue moon. A couple of times a year, I get a craving for a Big Mac, but that's about it. I followed the Grateful Dead from fall of '92 until Jerry's death of '95. I didn't get a cell phone until I was with my wife. I didn't get a computer until I was with my wife. Did I have a cell phone? I had a pager. Yeah. Trolls are going to troll. Coke or Pepsi? Neither. I don't particularly care for the dark colas. If I'm gonna drink cola, I prefer it to either be one of the Sprite, Starry, Seven Up, Sierra Mist, something like that, or like Orange Crush. I don't care for the dark colas. I don't like Pepsi or Coke. It's not that I'm like I never drink it, but it's not my jam. Dr. Pepper's okay. Root beer's decent, but no, I'm not a give me a light cola or something like that. But um, no, I don't do iced tea. I don't do any brew drink. I don't do iced tea. I don't do hot tea. I don't do coffee. And to whoever asked a minute ago if I was a gamer, no, I've never been a gamer. You know, I had the chance to play Atari back when I was a kid. It was all right. Um, when I got with my wife, you know, so that was my mid to late 20s. I had a PlayStation 1 and one football game that I played once in a fucking blue moon. But no, I don't game like ever. I don't know. I don't even. I couldn't even begin to tell you how to do something like Fortnite or any of that shit that you see those guys doing on Twitch. I don't know how to do any of that shit. It's not my fucking jam. You know what I mean? Not my fucking jam. Bush or Budweiser, neither. Beer sucks. I fucking hate beer. Messi or Ronaldo? Fuck the final. Pennsylvania Dutch white birch beer? No, I've never even heard of that. Brown butter brownies. I'm not sure I know what that is. So you're right. We're friends on Facebook. Send me a message on Facebook showing me what that is. Wild Irish Rose. What the fuck is that? No, I've tried edibles. Edibles don't have any effect on me. Am I a no? I don't like drinking. I don't drink. Like, here's how much I don't drink. We go to Jamaica. When we go to Jamaica, we've been there 3 times. We've got another one scheduled in like a year and a half or something. I can't remember for when. When we go to Jamaica, we go to a sandals resort for 10 days. Comes with two butlers and all the fucking alcohol you can drink. As much as you can fucking drink. Walk up to any fucking bar and just ask for one. 10 fucking days, they don't have to restock the alcohol in our room one fucking time at all. Because I'm there 10 days and maybe I have a drink or two tops for the whole fucking 10 days. I don't understand why anybody would go to Jamaica and be like, I'm going to get drunk. Dude, you're on an island covered in fucking weed. It's fucking everywhere. They try to sell it to you at the airport and the bus on the way over. When you go into fucking town to do some shopping, the guys that drive the little fucking trams. I mean, geez, you know what I mean? It's fucking everywhere. What's my favorite hobby? I, I don't know. Well, thank you very much. What to heu, or however the fuck you say your name. Do you agree with 21 as the drinking or smoking age? Okay, I've said this before. I'll say it again. I don't fucking care what age you want to make people adults. Whether that age is 18, whether that age is 21, whether that age is 19 or 20. I don't care. Pick a fucking number within that group of numbers. But whatever that number is, it's for everything. It's for voting. It's for buying a gun. It's for buying cigarettes. It's for buying alcohol. It's for joining the military. It's for all of it. Pick a fucking. You want to call it 20? You want to split the fucking difference? Call it 20? Call it fucking 20. I don't give a shit. But just stick with that number for everything. How old am I? I am 52. I will be 53 next month. Yeah, it's absolutely fucking ridiculous. You cannot tell me that somebody is old enough to pick up a gun and be flown halfway around the world and to die in defense of their nation, but they're not old enough to have a drink or smoke a joint in celebration of that nation. That is the most ass backwards. Jesus fucking Christ. First day with the new lips. Ass backwards way of doing things I've ever fucking heard of. Yes, we should have federally legalized marijuana. Absolutely. You want me to tell my mom to stop calling you? You are somebody new to my content. I would imagine. First of all, that bitch has been dead for years, thankfully. Secondly, if your idea of a good time was that Sasquatch bitch that bore me, then my guy, that tells me more about you than I ever need to know. And who? You have some fucked up taste in women, my friend. She was a stout gal, over 6 feet tall, had hands bigger than mine. The kind of woman that, like when she held her hands down by her side, her hands went a little bit longer than they should, like maybe she just learned how to not walk on them motherfuckers. If that's your idea of a good time, then you do you, boo. You do you. You know what I'm saying? That bitch was built like the wife of a Russian beet farmer. Could take a punch, you know what I mean? Yeah, straight up Bigfoot, man. Fucking straight up that Bigfoot. Not a great relationship with my mom. No. My mother, when my mother had me, she was still in high school. My father was a 27-year-old drag racer. I was the byproduct of an unwanted byproduct of a one night stand. Um, 5 years later, they had my only blood brother, and 3 years after that, they would get a divorce when I was 8 years old. And because I looked just like my father, idolized my father, and had my father's name, my mother always looked at me as how the reason why her life went off the rails in high school. And so I became her punching bag. And from the age of 8 to the age of 13, she beat the living dog shit out of me whenever the fuck she felt like it. And at 13, I ran away from her home to go live with my father. And yeah, I don't have a very good relationship with my mother. No. And she's dead now, thankfully. Oh, my friend in Nassau found that video fucking comical. How many bones have you broken? None. No, my father died in 2015. As a matter of fact, my father lived here for the last 4 years of his life. This was my father's bedroom. My father's urn is back there on the shelving unit. I have no grandparents. I have no parents. They're all gone. And you guys got me for 10-ish more minutes. Before I need to go get ready for Friday night bowling. Oh no, Congress can still impeach Trump. It's just that the Republicans currently control the House of Representatives and the Senate. So they're definitely not going to impeach him in the House. And even if the Republicans in the House decided to impeach him, the Republicans still control the Senate. He's not going anywhere. Music collection on the wall. And we got that's the Grateful Dead on stage at Alpine Valley. That's a Grateful Dead guitar. That's the Beatles. I'm going to do this quickly here. That's Grateful Dead, Bob Marley. We have the Eagles down here. We got Eddie Van Halen, ZZ Top. AC/DC, We have here Cliff Burton from Metallica. That's Johnny Mellencamp over there. Hang on. Hang on. Hold on. Hold on. Johnny Mellencamp over there. We got another Grateful Dead piece over here. Every silver lining's got a touch of gray. The Black Crowes. Ozzy and Randy. Dave Matthews. The Woodstock poster. Stevie Nicks. A series of guitar picks. No, I didn't get them from any concerts. They were gifted to me. Jimi Hendrix. Some of this shit's crooked. I got to straighten it. Jimi Hendrix. This is a pencil drawing of Jerry that a follower of mine from TikTok in Florida sent me out of the blue. Said, hey man, purging, I'm downsizing. You need this. Here. It's a naked ray gun skateboard deck. Up here we have Run DMC and the Beastie Boys in New York City in 1985. It's a ukulele I bought in the Bahamas. Stevie Ray Vaughan. George Clinton. The Blues Brothers poster. And the new stash that I got that I just haven't put up that begins to fill out the rest of that wall. Give me a minute. I gotta get this shit put up. Oh, good Lord. So the next round to go on the wall is the Pink Floyd The Wall poster. Rush. Thank you very much, Fly Dirty Dan, for the tip. My biggest regret in life? I'd honestly have to think about that. Seriously. Cheap Trick. Melissa Etheridge. Iron Maiden. And this piece my daughter got me of the Grateful Dead. It's a picture of Jerry. It's a list of all of their albums and when they were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces need to go up and accompany what I already have on this music wall. And then, with the exception of the travel wall back there, I'm getting really close to being out of space at that point in time. David Bowie or Bob Dylan. Oh, you come to my window. I have seen the videos of the Grateful Dead at the Sphere. It looks absolutely amazing. I am not from New Mexico. I am in the suburbs of Chicago. The Flame was a massive hit in Australia. The Flame was big, yeah. It was a weird song to be big out of all of their stuff. See, they were never really a good studio album. They were a live album, or a live band. Any hoodles. That about wraps up to this little session here. I need to go get ready to take care of some things. So, thank you guys, everybody who gifted, everybody who stopped by, contributed, all of that good stuff. Hasta lasagna. Don't get any on you.